Welcome to this explainer. Unlocking the secrets of court records, it can feel totally daunting. But what if I told you that accessing Pickens County's vast legal history online is literally just a few clicks away and completely free? Court records are just incredible tools. They hold the key to running personal background checks, diving deep into genealogical research, and ensuring essential legal transparency in our communities. So today, we're going to empower you to become a pro at searching these records online without draining your wallet. But first, before we even dive into all the digital tools, you've got to ask yourself one absolutely critical question. Which Pickens County are you actually looking for? Believe it or not, this is the #1 trap that beginners fall into, and it dictates exactly how you're going to conduct your search. All right, here is our roadmap for this explainer. First, we'll look at the 3 Pickens counties. Next, searching South Carolina records, followed by navigating Georgia's court systems and accessing Alabama's public records. Finally, we'll wrap up with some troubleshooting tips and legal disclaimers. Okay, Section 1, the 3 Pickens counties and navigating geographic fragmentation. Yup, there are actually 3 completely distinct counties in the United States that share the name Pickens. We've got one in South Carolina, one in Georgia, and a third down in Alabama. Now, why does this matter to you? Well, because each of these jurisdictions operates under entirely separate state constitutions, local court rules, and totally different digital frameworks. A one-size-fits-all approach? Yeah, that just won't work here. Moving right along to Section 2, searching South Carolina records, which happen to be incredibly open and centralized. So, in Pickens County, South Carolina, the judicial system is managed by Clerk of Court Harold Pat Wellborn Jr. And let me tell you, it boasts one of the most accessible systems in the entire nation. Your primary tool here is the statewide public index. Accessing it is a total breeze, and it requires absolutely zero registration or subscription fees. You just navigate to the site, pick Pickens County from the drop-down menu, and input your query. Quick pro tip to speed things up: if you're searching for a really common name, try plugging in a specific case number or narrowing the date range. That's going to instantly refine your results and save you a ton of time. Take a look at this table. It really highlights South Carolina's distinct approach to different case types. If you're researching civil proceedings, you've basically hit the jackpot. You can view case summaries and download complete, full-text PDFs for free. But if you're looking for criminal cases in the General Sessions Court, the online index only gives you tracking data, like arrest warrants and dispositions. To get the actual physical document, you have to submit a manual, mail, or email request, which costs 50 cents a page. Meanwhile, family court matters allow for free viewing of the basic dockets. Now, if your research is focused on land records, we're talking property litigation, liens, or deeds, you'll want to use the Acclaim web portal provided by the Register of Deeds. It is totally free for index searches. One super vital privacy note here, though: South Carolina law strictly prohibits the public display of Social Security or driver's license numbers on these documents. If you actually spot one in the public record, you can submit a written request to have it redacted for free. All right, Section 3, navigating Georgia court systems and their hybrid digital framework. Down in Georgia, Clerk of the Superior Court Jennifer Jordan oversees a system that relies much more heavily on commercialized vendors. For civil and domestic records, your main hub is a platform called Peach Court. You can create an account and search the basic docket summaries completely for free. But here is the obstacle. While attorneys of record get free access to their files, non-parties, like you and me doing public research, we have to pay 50 cents per page to actually download those pleading documents. So how do we bypass some of those Peach Court paywalls? We use local workarounds. First, you can view court calendars and general scheduling for free directly at pickensgaccourts.org. Second, local county portals often host real-time dockets that you can browse at absolutely no cost. But my absolute favorite resource here, especially for genealogists, is the CoFile Quick Links portal. It offers an entirely free, unlimited archive for historical land records dating all the way from 1854 up to 1986. Let's jump to Section 4, accessing Alabama public records, which is basically a masterclass in navigating commercialization. Under Circuit Clerk Keith Booty Cox, and you gotta love the unique charm of those local nicknames, Alabama operates a highly centralized and commercialized database known as AlaCourt, and it heavily restricts free access. To find records without paying, you really have to be strategic. You can use the free appellate portal if a case has moved to a higher court, or if you're local, your absolute most effective method is just physically visiting the public search terminals located right inside the Carrollton Courthouse. Now, if you're looking for probate records, things like wills, marriage licenses, and modern deeds managed by Judge David H. Pate, you'll need to navigate over to the ING Records portal. You can register for a free account to search the indexes, which is incredibly helpful just to verify if a document even exists. However, be aware that actually viewing the image of the document carries a $1 per page fee, and man, those costs can add up very quickly. But here is one of the absolute best research hacks for Alabama that bypasses those formal criminal files locked behind the Allen County paywall. A fantastic workaround for tracing recent criminal activity is checking the totally free real-time inmate roster hosted by the Pickens County Sheriff's Office. This lets you see booking dates, exact charges, and bond requirements way before those cases are formally filed in the paid court system. Okay, final section, Section 5, troubleshooting and legal disclaimers so we can really maximize your search. Looking at this matrix, you can clearly see the precise workarounds required for each state. South Carolina really favors digital PDF downloads, while Georgia and Alabama require you to lean heavily on local calendars, physical courthouse visits, or sheriff's logs to stay entirely cost-free. Keeping this matrix in mind ensures you're always taking the most efficient path. So what happens if you search and get 0 results? First of all, don't give up. Try alternative name spellings, use wildcards if the database allows it, or broaden your date ranges. If confusing legal terminology is tripping you up, just keep your keyword searches broad. Now, if you hit a paywall in Alabama that you truly cannot afford, active litigants can actually submit an affidavit of substantial hardship. If a judge approves it, your search fees and court costs can be completely deferred. And remember, you can always just pick up the phone and contact the specific court clerk if you're hunting for older, undigitized records. As you become a really proficient researcher, it's vital to understand the limits of public access. While transparency is the ultimate goal, the law fiercely protects sensitive family court data. This means that documents like adoption records or sealed juvenile files are intentionally and strictly kept off these databases. If you can't find them, it's a feature of the system, not a bug. Which brings us to a super important professional reminder. The strategies and information provided in this explainer are for educational purposes only and do not constitute legal advice. You always need to independently verify your findings, maintain accuracy in your research, and please consult with a qualified attorney if you need actual legal assistance or plan to use these records in court. Ultimately, these 3 identically named counties perfectly illustrate the massive tension right now across the country between funding public administration and maintaining open judicial transparency. Some open the doors for free, while others charge a toll. It really leaves us to wonder, based on what you've learned today, just how truly open are the public records in your own hometown. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and happy searching.